Hi guys, I am with the creators of the Desi Comedy Fest, which is the largest South Asian comedy fest in the United States. So Richard and Sam, tell us more about what we can expect this year.
A lot of the same that we did last year. Lots of humor, lots of jokes, lots of fun. We have some new comedians on the festival. This year we got about 45 comedians on the fest. 25 who have never performed on the Desi Fest before, so lots of new faces to watch.
And really big shows. Some of the shows are going to be like 600 people, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
How did you select the comedians for this year?
You know, unlike the Disney executives who had a hard time finding a brown actor to play Aladdin, we had no problem finding Desi comedians for the Desi Fest. So we usually have a submission process. In March, people submit their videos and application for the festival. We go through a screening process, we shortlist the comedians, and by May we announce the lineups. So that's our basic process of doing it. You just have to be funny, give us a good video, and then that's how we get you in.
And how many countries are these comedians coming from?
This year we got comics from all over US, India, South Africa. We got a comic coming in from China and Japan.
That's amazing. That's something to look forward to. What are some of the other highlights?
Well, number one, the new comics were coming in. Number two, we always try to showcase diversity. So we have a third of the lineups on this year are female comics. 15 out of 45 are women comics. Lots of them new, coming from Chicago, coming from South Africa. Carmen Naidu is her name. She's the fastest growing female comic in South Africa right now. Guys like Ahmed Barucha, who have a half-hour Comedy Central special. He comes from an Irish Catholic and a Pakistani Muslim family. And that's a very interesting mix to me. Azhar Usman, who CNN billed to be the funniest Muslim in America, was supposed to be on the festival last year. The week of the festival, he was crossing the street in Chicago, got hit by a pickup truck and got hospitalized. So he couldn't make it last year, so we are hoping he makes it this year and doesn't get hit by a travel ban.
I'm particularly excited about Alingan Mitra being here. He's been on Conan several times, Colbert, and he's also written for The Daily Show, which is a big deal. So,
How has the response been on social media and otherwise?
It's picking up. I mean, this is where it kicks into overdrive. The response from last year's festival to me was very, very promising because it was the first time that there was about 2,000 plus Desis coming watching the Desi Comedy Fest. Nobody had a suggestion on how to do things better. Right? The festival was really a grand success. Everybody had fun. The comedians had fun. The audiences had fun.
Do we get a sneak peek into some of the jokes?
That's something we are expected to do everywhere. So I had recently posted about how my wife and kids went for a vacation to India for 3 weeks and they came back home 3 days ago. And my first thought was, where is the Trump travel ban when you need one?
my parents named me Richard because they didn't want teachers to have trouble with my name. So when I have a kid, I'm going to have to go the other direction. So I'm going to name my son like Krishna Subramaniam Hanuman III. Like my goal is that my goal is going to be that during roll call, my son's teacher should feel racist. That way I know my tradition is being preserved.
So is the Desi Comedy Fest only for Indians or is it open to other ethnicities also?
Well, number one, as an attendee, if you understand English, you'll understand the festival, you'll enjoy the festival. We've had all kinds of people coming in. And even in the festival itself, we sort of go pan-Asia, pan-brown. So we this year have comedians that are Filipino, Chinese, Japanese, Irani, Lebanese. So we always bring a mix of Middle East, East Asia and South Asia. So comedians from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Afghanistan this year as well. So that's the idea, is the diversity. One comedian on the festival is a Native American. And we were like, let's bring him on and see what the confusion was all about.
So do you guys only do comedy or do you also have other jobs like, the rest of us?
One of our jobs is driving down to LA for a TV interview, but no, we actually quit our tech jobs to do this full time. We're both doing full-time comedy.
Well, yeah, I only do comedy, and I quit my job at Yahoo a year ago just because it was embarrassing working there. Anytime I'd tell someone I work at Yahoo, they'd be like, oh, I used to have a Yahoo email address.
So where do we get information on when it's happening and how much the tickets are and all of that?
You can go to our website, which is desicomedyfest.com, but the shows are going to be happening from August 10th to 20th. And all the information is on the website regarding ticket price.
We're doing it in 9 cities this year: San Francisco, Berkeley, Alameda, Mill Valley, Fremont, Livermore, Santa Cruz, Mountain View, Santa Clara. And tickets range about $20 to $50 depending on whether you buy them early online or do you show up on the day and try to buy it at the door. And they also scale depending on the night. So
get your tickets early because we know Indian people like to wait.
Yes.
Well, I'm super excited to check it out, and I wish you guys all the very best.
Oh, thank you very much. Looking forward to having you guys there.